Hello everyone, this is Ella and you are watching another interesting video about if conditionals. I told you about if conditional number 1, if conditional number 2 and if conditional number 3 in the previous videos. And today I want to tell you the last topic about conditionals, which is mixed conditionals. If you haven't watched the videos about 1, 2 and 3, it's necessary to know them before knowing about this new topic. So please watch them from the link here. Please watch them from the link here. What's wrong? Please. Please watch them from the link here and come back. Just imagine this is February 15th and your friend is very sad because she didn't receive any gift on February 14th, the Valentine's Day. What's wrong? I think he doesn't love me anymore. Why do you think like that? Because he didn't buy me anything yesterday. It was Valentine's Day, but he didn't buy me anything. No cookies, no chocolate, no flowers, nothing. Oh, cheer up. I'm sorry, but I still think he loves you. No, if he loves, he bought something yesterday. Look, I know you're sad, but you are making the wrong sentence. Don't say like this. In such a situations, you need to make mixed conditional sentences. Do you know how? I will tell you. Before going through today's lesson, let's review the 3 if conditionals I told you before. We have 3 if conditionals, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And you can see the formulas here. As you know, conditionals totally are made up 2 parts, or it's better to say 2 clauses, if clause and result clause. And we can always switch the places. I mean, you can use if clause at the beginning, or you can use result clause at the beginning, no problem. Here, I used if clause at the beginning, but you can switch, it's okay. Number 1 is if plus subject plus simple present. This is if clause. And result clause is subject plus will or can or may plus SV. This is the result. Please keep in mind, after modals, we always use SV. What are the modals? I tell you. Look at this. Okay, so please keep in mind, after modals, we always use SV, simple verb. This is for number 1, as I said, and it talks about present real situations. For example, if it is sunny, I will go camping. I don't know, it will be sunny or it will be cloudy or rainy, but I just make some conditions for myself. Number 2 is if plus subject plus simple past as if clause, and subject plus would or could or might plus SV as the result. Just keep in mind we use would or could or might. It means only one of them. We use only one of them according to the sentence, not all of them. So this is if conditional number 2. It talks about present unreal situations. For example, if it were sunny, I could go camping, but it's not sunny today. I just imagine, I just think about it, but it's not gonna happen. If I were a bird, I would fly to London, maybe, but I'm not a bird, so just imagine. And number 3 is if plus subject plus had plus pp as if clause, and subject plus would or could or might plus have and plus pp as the result. It talks about past unreal situations. It means something happened in the past. Now you cannot change it. Just you think about it. Sometimes you regret it because you cannot change anything. For example, if I had studied more, I would have passed the test. It means I didn't study more and I didn't pass the test. And now I cannot change anything, but I think about it. So here we have number 1, number 2, and number 3. Wait and see mixed conditionals. As I mentioned before, mixed conditional is made up if conditional number 2 and if conditional number 3. You can see the formulas here. Number 2 has one if and one result clause, and number 3 has one if and one result clause as well. But for making mixed conditionals, we use if clause of number 2 and result clause of number 3, or opposite case, we use if clause of number 3 plus result clause of number 2. For example, if he loved me, if he loved me, if plus subject plus simple past. If he loved me, he would have bought me present. Would have plus pp. If he loved me, he would have bought me a present yesterday. So I'm talking about two clauses. One of them happened in the past, one of them happened in the present. Or the opposite case, if I had studied English as a child, I could speak better today. If I had studied English as a child, I could speak English better today. So, mixed conditional is somehow mixing past and present. Something that happened in the past, but the effect is on present. Or something happens in the past, but we connect to something in present. Like this. Follow for more examples. Here we go with some further examples. Look at number 1. If I had drunk much milk, I would be taller. Do you believe in that? If you drink milk, you will be taller? I don't know. You tell me. Do you believe in that? Write in the comments. So, if I had drunk much milk, I would be taller. This is if clause and this is result clause, as you know. If plus had plus pp, it is if conditional number 3, right? If plus had plus pp, if clause number 3. But in the result, we have only would plus sv. This is the result of number 2. Remember, would plus sv. So, if clause is for number 3, if clause, result clause is for number 2. This is mixed. If I had drunk much milk in the past, I would be taller now. Past and present connect. Number 2. If I had looked at the map, I wouldn't be lost. The same formula. If clause, result clause. If clause has if, had, pp. Again, number 3. But your result has would plus sv. It is the result clause of number 2, right? If I had looked at the map, I wouldn't be lost. I didn't check the map. I didn't look at the map before. Now I'm lost. Past, present. Number 3. If I were younger, I would have applied for the job. Here we have if clause and result clause. If I were younger, I would have applied for the job. Here we have if plus subject plus were. Remember that? For when we have if, we never use was. If I were, if she were, if he were. not if I was. We don't say like this. If I were younger, I would have applied for the job. Where is just past simple, right? So as you may remember, this is for number 2. No place to write. This is number 2 if clause. And the result clause would have PP. Do you remember would have PP is result clause of number 3. So I wouldn't, if I were younger, I would have applied for the job. I would have applied before, maybe yesterday, maybe last month, but I'm not young enough now. Again, present and past are connected. And number 4, if she hated me, she wouldn't have sent me love messages. We have if and result. For if we have she hated, hated is just simple past. So if conditional, if clause is for if conditional number 2, and the result is would have plus PP. So it's gonna be a result of number 3. Again, number 2 and number 3 are connected. So keep in mind, mixed conditional is mix of number 2 and number 3. You can have if from number 2, result from number 3, or if from number 3, result from number 2. Like this. Do you remember about your friend who was crying because she didn't receive any gift on the Valentine's Day? Now she is going to make the correct sentence. Look. If he loved me, he would have bought something for me yesterday. Now let's practice these sentences. Let's see, are they if conditional 2, 3, or mixed? Look at number 1. If I were braver, I could have told her about my feelings. If, subject, were, and if subject where is past simple, right? So this is number 2, if clause of number 2. And in the result clause, I could have told her about my feelings. I is subject, could have PP. Could have PP. Oh, it is number 3 result clause. So this is 3. 2 and 3. This is mixed. If I were braver, I could have told her about my feelings. Yeah, but you are not brave. You didn't tell her. Tell her before it's late. Number 2. You had been dead if you hadn't fastened your seatbelt. We have you as our subject. Had been is PP. You had been. Subject had PP. It is number 3. And in the if clause, if subject hadn't fastened, blah, blah, blah. If subject had PP. Again, it is number 3. When if clause and result clause are both number 3, okay, this is number 3 if conditional. It's not mixed. And here, if conditionals weren't so useful, I wouldn't spend much time to learn it. Maybe this is your idea, but they are very useful. Please learn. If conditionals means the conditionals topics, all of them. So if subject weren't, where is just simple past. So it is number 2. This is number 2. And I wouldn't spend much time to learn it. So would plus verb, this is number 2. When if conditional and result are both number 2, so this is number 2 if conditional. I made a small mistake here. I should say learn them. Sorry for that. I just noticed. Because we have conditionals. So if conditionals weren't so useful, I wouldn't spend much time to learn them. They are useful, so I learned them. Thank you so much. This is for if conditional mix. Very useful, very interesting, very important. Tell me some of the sentences in the comments, and I read all of your comments all the time. I answer your questions as much as I can, and love you all. See you next time.